Hey everyone, happy Friday. It's Elaine Lou Curtis, your business and career coach for women of all colors to create their own legacy. And yes, doors are open to the mastermind right there, the Land Action Mastermind, or my mug that is becoming really famous. So I have you are actually not one of, the longest term client I have had in the mastermind. You have renewed 3 times. I don't know why the hell you still want me. Okay, don't leave. Monica, who are you?
Hi, everyone. I'm Monica. You may have seen me before on one of these with different colored hair, most likely. I'm a business coach for introverts, and I also do copywriting and marketing strategy. And I'm happy to be here with my fave coach.
Again, for probably, I think, the 3rd time. But Monica, why don't you actually describe where you're at right before you joined the mastermind, just because it's crazy times right now, and you went through it personally 2 years ago. So where were you at, and why did you decide to invest in this mastermind?
Yeah, so I love telling people that I invested before I even really was able to, because I think it shows that it's like, if you're waiting for the right time, it's just, there really isn't any. The right time is just like, do it and get your butt in gear. So I had a full-time job that it wasn't the job, it wasn't anything. It was just, I was unhappy, and I wasn't where I wanted to be. And I knew I had started this Instagram for my introvert work, and I knew I wanted to do something with it, and I was ready to make that happen. So I hired Elaine before I was ready, before, I had the money to, like, when I was still at my job, and put in a contract proposal, was super stoked, and then got laid off like 2 months later.
Yeah, you got laid off.
Yeah, I got laid off. And, I would have like survived, but without your help, I would not have had like the clarity and the confidence to just like go for it right when I got laid off. Like, no wallowing. I think you gave me like a week to like feel my ego bruise.
Yeah, I was like, that's fine. You go cry, but get over it in a week.
Get over it in a week. And then I was able, like, within 90 days to like double that income I was getting at my salary. So it was just, it's the perfect storm of things that needed to happen, right, for me to make this happen in my life. And so when I got laid off, it was just like, yes, I did this for a reason. Now I need her even more. Let's do this. And then it was like a no-brainer the next 2 times, because I just kept growing.
And Monica has this special gift that myself and the whole mastermind crew are just like, what the hell, Monica? So Monica has a special gift where she just gets contracts without getting in 0 sales calls. So what contract did you just close? How much was it?
Yeah, it was a project for $4,000. It was like a couple week project. No sales calls, just an email.
But what I love about it, it just shows like how confident you are in your services, where you're just like, here it is.
Here it is. This is what it is. This is what I can deliver. This is the timeline, and this is how much it is. And I think that clarity is something that like does that. It's not wishy-washy. It's not, like, oh, I could maybe do this and add on this. It's like, no, this is what I give you. This is what the price is. Let me know. And so, yeah, I think that's just the clarity. And like you said, the confidence, which has increased exponentially over the last
year. I know. She even put eyeshadow on for this call. I'm just kidding. She did not. I was like, did you just do this for me? No, she was doing videos. I just kind of wanted to take that credit. But anyways, Monica, can you share, like, you've been in it 3 times in this mastermind. What should people expect from me as their coach, if it's a good fit, and from the mastermind?
Yeah, you should expect transparency for sure, which I love. Sharing mistakes, sharing learnings from like nothing that's really a mistake or a failure, just like what we can do better. Like, you are transparent with us and what you're investing in and what has worked and what hasn't worked. And one of my favorite things is, it's not like, I've seen where people just try to kind of like force their approach and their way on clients, and you've never done that with me. I'm not always comfortable with tactics. Like,
and I want people to know, if you don't know this, I'm an extrovert and she's an introvert. So I never force her to try to be like me. So go ahead, Monica.
And that's super refreshing, because I think, that's what a lot of introverts, and that's why I do what I do, because a lot of introverts have been pressured to do things that they're not comfortable with and they don't really need to do. And you were always like, okay, well then what does this look like for you? And always giving me like options and alternatives and accepting who I am and making me better around that version of me, not some other version of me that I can't keep up energetically. So that's yeah, which is like not possible. So that, you know, just working with who I am and not giving some cookie cutter strategy to me is super, super, I think, just helpful. And a huge takeaway from this mastermind is like, I get to grow a business that is me, and you support that and empower me to do that from what you learn. And I get to learn from everyone else in the mastermind, which is so, so, so resourceful.
Yeah. And actually, speaking of the mastermind, I mean, we have new people in it. And what are you excited about?
Oh, I'm excited. There's more marketing people, which I love. I love like learning from other marketing people and just that vibe. And because I could just like, I could nerd out on that all day, you know? But there's just like a new energy when like new people
Yeah.
come in, which is really fun. Because it's not that we don't have a great energy, but like we're in it. And then when new people come in and kind of just like insert their excitement, you're like, oh yeah. Yes, we're building businesses here. And honestly, lately, because of everything that's going on, I think we've all gotten really vulnerable, and it's a very safe space to kind of share
Yes.
feeling outside of just making money, but how you're feeling in your business and in your life. And that's been really helpful to know that I'm not alone in some things that I struggle with.
We have definitely been crying more.
Yeah.
Minus Monica. You know, that is one of my top goals in this mastermind, to make Monica cry.
I'm going to learn to cry on demand, so I can just do it for you and make you feel
and can you share, I mean, I want to make sure I'm always growing and that my clients don't feel like, okay, I've learned everything from Elaine, on to the next. Why have you continued to reinvest and come into the mastermind?
Yeah, I mean, I think that piece of you always like letting me do it my way, but giving me really like, you know, useful strategies and things that you learn from the investments in yourself is a huge piece. And also just that you're always investing in yourself and learning and sharing that with us. It's not just you're trying to be perfect in front of us. You're just like, whoa, like this, I did this and it did not work. Y'all shouldn't do this. Or just like, you know, being like, this is what I'm doing now because this is what's working now, but this is what works then. And you're not, you know, putting on this like facade that like business is, you know, Instagram curated. Like, it's just like, this is messy. You can you can put systems in place to make it less messy, but let's like, you know, just push through these challenges so we can get to the goals that we're all wanting to get to. And you're always like looking at the silver lining in those mistakes and able to help us look at the silver lining and make everything better from them.
Yeah. What have you appreciated about, you know, me being your coach during these crazy times? How have I helped you, and how has this mastermind helped you?
Yeah, I mean, you know, you definitely added on more for us, which was so helpful.
I did. Can you share with them what it is, what I've added?
Yeah. So we have a group coaching call a week, but you added on a 2-hour implementation period 1 day a week. So we could come in and just virtually work together, feel that like energy, but also ask questions while we're working on things for our business. So that is super helpful. And I feel like we've had a couple extra guest speakers.
Yeah, I did. I gave them, can you share with them the guests? I mean, I gave them an extra guest speaker. Can you share with them the guest speakers that I gave? Because there's monthly guest speakers that come in, obviously virtually. Can you share the 2 that just came in this past month and how that helped you?
Yeah, we had a lawyer come in, which was super helpful to talk about contracts, business entities, terms and conditions, privacy policies, all the things that we're supposed to have that I think can be really daunting. And then you also had your therapist come in, which was super helpful because as I'm more and more in business, I mean, our mindset and our mental health they impact everything. So going through this and being able to up level my business, like you've helped me be able to up level my business in a way that gives me the space to actually work on my mental health and look at the blocks I have that are outside of just like time and like the things all us busy like solopreneurs, like all the blocks we always have, but really just like, okay, what are my like upper limiting like belief systems doing to like keep me in this space, and giving me that space to explore that and not have to worry about income while I do that, which is like when you're worried about survival, it's hard to be able to make space for that extra work.
Yeah. I mean, like, I know I call myself a business coach, but can you share with that, like, how I've been able to help with the mindset and even the spirituality too?
Yeah, yeah. um, the mindset for sure. I mean, you've brought in so many experts, but you also talk to us about like what is actually blocking us from these things that we're doing.
I
Like
do. I
we
do
all,
the scary
we all make
question.
excuses.
Like,
Excuses and like fake, like, really not real excuses. They're just like what we're telling, the lies we're telling ourselves. And Elaine will like come in and sharply ask us what's really going on, which is really helpful. And we all learn from each other, because none of us are alone. Like there are many times I've listened to someone else being live coached and I'm like, yeah, I'm doing that too. So you just learn so much from everyone else, maybe questions you're scared to ask us, someone else asks, and you're able to like learn even more. And then the spirituality, I mean, I'm just getting into it. Like you guys, I was like total humbug, but I've had so many mastermind sisters that are in the spirituality space and able to learn from them, which is just like such a really nice way to get introduced. So yeah, I've just been able to like kind of like at my own pace feel my way into that, and you've created like a safe non-judgmental space for that.
yeah, I think I've made it like a safe, non-judgmental space for like everything, like, my stuffed animals behind the back. And people are probably judging me, like, who this 30 something year old has this stuffed animals. What advice would you have for anyone that might be on the fence because of crazy times of joining the mastermind?
Yeah, I mean, my advice is that we can't do it alone. And if you're on the fence and you're thinking, I can do this alone, it's just going to go faster if you don't. Because we're all capable, and I'm not saying anyone watching this isn't capable of doing it and figuring it all out on your own, but when you're able to be surrounded with people that have resources, a coach that gives you those resources, those strategies, can cut things that aren't going to serve you and able to put you on a path that is like clear and cut through all the stuff, all the mistakes you're going to make, and help you avoid those, not all of them, but a lot of them, you're going to get to that goal faster. So you're going to make up that investment that much faster.
Yeah, and you are, I mean, you've shared this publicly, so I could share it.
Yeah.
I mean, you've shared that you're in debt and you're on track to pay that all off.
Yeah.
By when?
By the end of summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But isn't that kind of a weird conundrum though? Like, you
Mm,
invested working with me,
yeah.
but you're going to pay off your debt. So can you explain that to people? Like, wait, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah. I mean, there's that saying, it takes money to make money, and they're not wrong. But I think it was obviously like when I sat down and thought about what my objections were about having a coach, and I had major ones. Like I was just like, I don't get it. But I play basketball, as you might be able to see there. And I thought like, I've had through college when I played basketball, I had a coach every step of the way. And professional basketball players have coaches, not just the team coaches, like fitness coaches, shooting coaches, like coaches for aspects of their game to get them better and better and up level and up level. And I was like, why am I thinking that I'm above that? Like, I don't need someone that knows more than me to help me like up level faster. And that like objection just kind of started like getting less and less. And then when I thought about my dad, I'm like, obviously what I'm doing right now is not working because I'm not chipping away at this. So once I like decided that and then looked at what was not working, which was what I was doing, like this is not working. Like I'm still in this nonprofit job. I take projects on the side, but really I'm just like not getting paid enough to get out of this debt. It's just not possible. So I was like, I need to make moves, and I clearly need someone to help me with those moves. So it was really having like a really big like gut check, but more so like ego check with myself, being like, dude, you don't know it all, and you also don't have to know it all. And you could, and it's like, it's that energy exchange, like we were talking about, like, yeah, I could have gotten a mentor or something, but really it's like paying someone that cares about me and wants me in the mastermind because they know that I can scale this, and then having that energy exchange where I'm compensating them for their skills and times and work put in was just a dynamic that I knew that I needed, and it paid off like so much.
Yeah, and you have amazing friends like Cassandra, just like
Yes.
this video. Gross. I know. Well, actually, can you talk about that last part? What do you love about the community too? How
Oh, I
has that
mean,
helped you?
yeah, I mean, now I just have lifelong friends that, we make friends on the gram and everywhere, and they can be great friends, but I don't think there's a bond that really beats this, you know,
Yeah.
like you're in it with each other, and you're going through these really like vulnerable up levels and these moments, and you're making tough decisions, and we're all there for it. And I think that really creates a really like strong sense of community.
Mm.
And you make sure that people who come in are energetically aligned with all of us, and that's super important. Like, so you know, you just know like who's going to throw it off, and you don't take the money just because the money's there. You're like, this is not a good fit, and that helps preserve, you know, everything we're doing, and creating that like that safe environment.
Yeah. I'm so, they know this, like, they know they're my favorites, by the way, this whole mastermind. But I'm so protective over this group because I just like love them. Like they give me high energy. So that's more important to me than just money. And I really curate an amazing group of women. And I feel like it always gets better. Not saying it's horrible before, but just the energy. Like I was talking about one of them. I was like, she was having a mindset block. And I was like, you made 300K last year. You know, or another one who just joined, like you made, like you've hit 9 figures, but like we all go through mindset blocks regardless of what salary, income, and bracket. Yeah. So if you're interested in the mastermind, send me a message to see if it's a good fit. But like Monica said, I protect who I have in the group over just getting the money. And Monica, I have to ask one final question. What is the legacy you want to create?
Yeah, I want to create a legacy where introverts feel empowered to build a business that reflects who they are, and not being an extroverted person that they're not, that everyone tells them they need to be. So I'm here to make that happen.
And she is. And how can people find you, just in case there's introverts who are scared of me and want to work with you?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Unsocially Inclined, and I have a free Facebook community here called Quiet Rebel Society.
Yeah, so send her a message because I tagged you, Monica, or awesome. Either on Facebook or Instagram. So thank you. I know you have to go back to your videos, but thanks for looking beautiful for this live, and my stuffed animals over there.
Oh, hello, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.